Power doesn't always belong to the strongest. In Lookism, it belongs to the one who convinces others they're already in control. That's what makes the psychology of power in Lookism so fascinating. Some characters dominate entire cities without ever throwing a punch, while others bleed and break themselves just to climb one rank higher. Once you see how Daniel, Johan, Gun, and James Lee wield influence, you'll realize this story isn't just about fighting. It's about how human psychology decides who really wins. Hey, I'm AveunManhwa, and today we'll explore the psychology of power in Lookism. Stay tuned because by the end, you might realize the most powerful character isn't who you think. Power in Lookism operates like an unspoken social currency. It's not only about who wins fights, but who controls perception, who decides the narrative. Take Daniel Park. At first, he's invisible, bullied, ignored, a victim of society's obsession with appearance. But when he wakes up in a new, ideal body, something changes. Not just physically, but mentally. Suddenly, people treat him differently. He gains confidence, attention, even leadership, all because others believe in his new image. This taps into a psychological phenomenon known as the halo effect. When someone appears attractive, confident, or competent, we subconsciously assume they're capable in other areas too. Daniel's transformation wasn't magical, it was social. His environment started validating him. Respect came naturally because the perception of him changed. That's the genius of Lookism. It mirrors how power works in real life. We reward the image of confidence before confirming its truth. Politicians, influencers, and CEOs all play this game, projecting capability until others believe it. Once the belief takes root, it becomes self-fulfilling. Daniel's story asks a deeper question. If appearance alone can generate respect, what happens when someone intentionally manipulates perception? If Daniel represents power through admiration, Johan Seong represents power through fear. Johan isn't just strong, he's unpredictable. His legend spreads faster than his fists. The half-blind prodigy who can copy any fighting style. The man who united Gangbook in less than a year. But Johan's real weapon isn't his strength, it's his reputation. In psychology, this is called anticipatory fear. People fear potential outcomes more than actual ones. Johan's unpredictability triggers uncertainty, which the human brain associates with danger. That's why his enemies hesitate before even facing him. They're already half defeated by their imagination. Fear, after all, is a psychological shortcut. It simplifies hierarchies. Those who are feared automatically gain power because others assume resistance is futile. Johan doesn't need to destroy everyone, he just needs them to believe he could. Jake Kim, on the other hand, uses a completely different weapon: loyalty. As the leader of Big Deal, Jake doesn't dominate through terror, he unites through trust. His people follow him not because they're scared of him, but because they believe in him. That's a form of referent power, a term from social psychology describing influence built on respect and emotional connection. Jake's power comes from charisma and empathy. He builds a culture where loyalty replaces fear, and that unity itself becomes strength. Psychologists like Max Weber called this charismatic authority. When followers see someone as embodying their ideals so completely that obedience feels natural. So in Lookism, Johan represents power over others, while Jake represents power with others. One isolates, the other unites. Both are powerful, but their psychology couldn't be more different. Then we have the Masters, or the Grandmaster, Gun Park and James Lee, the apex predators of Lookism's hierarchy. Gun doesn't need to shout, posture, or even fight to command attention. His mere presence bends the atmosphere. Why? Because Gun has mastered what psychologists call dominance display, the nonverbal signals that communicate authority. Straight posture, unwavering gaze, controlled tone, every subtle cue from Gun signals that he's not someone to challenge. In social dynamics, these signals activate our status heuristics, subconscious judgments that rank people in a group. Even the strongest fighters sense it. Their instincts tell them Gun is an apex predator. Gun's control goes beyond intimidation. It's psychological manipulation through composure. He never reveals emotion, and that unreadability makes him terrifying. The less others can read your intentions, the more they project their fears onto you. Gun weaponizes that uncertainty. Now James Lee takes this idea even further. If Gun controls a room by being there, James controls entire organizations by not being there. His legend is the ultimate form of mythic power. A reputation so massive it sustains itself without physical presence. This parallels real-world phenomena like celebrity culture or historical myth-making. People obey the idea of James Lee, not the man himself. His absence becomes his greatest form of control. In psychological terms, this is symbolic power, when influence persists through belief systems rather than direct action. Foucault and Bourdieu both argued that true power isn't physical. It's embedded in how society defines authority. James Lee represents that perfectly. His myth shapes how others behave long after he's gone. Gun is dominance made flesh. James Lee is dominance turned legend. Together they represent the two final stages of psychological power, control through presence and control through myth. The ultimate theme running through Lookism is this. Power isn't about what you do, it's about what people believe you can do. Daniel thrives because people believe in his image. Johan terrifies because people believe he's unstoppable. Jake leads because people believe in his cause. Gun dominates because people believe resistance is pointless. And James Lee reigns because people believe no one can surpass him. In every case, the true currency isn't strength, it's belief. Once others believe you're powerful, you no longer need to prove it. That's the psychological pyramid of Lookism. The higher you climb, the less you need to fight, because everyone else fights for you. It mirrors how hierarchies evolve in real life, whether in schools, corporations, or politics. Those at the top rarely act directly. They influence perception, which in turn controls behavior. The battlefield shifts from physical to psychological. And what's more, Lookism subtly critiques our own world. The story began as commentary on society's obsession with appearance and evolved into a complex study of power, charisma, and manipulation. Every leader in Lookism mirrors a real archetype. Like Daniel, the accidental influencer, rising through perceived transformation. Johan, the feared revolutionary, commanding through unpredictability. Jake, the moral leader, grounded in empathy and loyalty. Gun, the authoritarian, ruling through controlled intimidation. And James Lee, the mythic founder, whose shadow outlives his presence. Each type reflects how power manifests in human psychology through beauty, fear, loyalty, dominance, and legacy. So the next time you read Lookism, pay close attention. Every fight, every stare, every rumor, it's all part of a psychological chess game. Which type of power do you think is the strongest? Respect, fear, loyalty, dominance, or myth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know who you think holds the crown of power in Lookism. And if you enjoyed diving into the psychology behind the series, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this with a fellow Lookism fan. Because in this channel, power doesn't just come from fists, it comes from knowledge. This is AveunManhwa. See you in the next upload.